Alright guys, we're going to start something new in tomorrow's class. We're going to try doing some speed squats with bands. And so I just want to show the setup with the band, how that should work, and just some things to pay attention to when you're setting this up so that it's as effective as it can be. For the women, I'm going to want you guys to use a mini band. For the guys, a medium-sized band. And then obviously I figured out that for the women, you guys are going to have to set up at least a 40 and a 35-pound dumbbell attached to each band. And the guys, because of the heavier band obviously, will need at least a 65 and a 50 so that you're not squatting in the band, not having the dumbbells bounce all over the place. So, come in a little closer and just see how to set this up. So, first set the dumbbells up so that the handles are just outside of the rack, so that when you go straight up, the bands aren't pulling at an angle either way, but they're pulling straight up with the bar. Then all you gotta do is choke the band around both dumbbells. You don't have to crank the band down super tight or anything like that. In fact, leave a bit of a triangle, if you will, there on the bottom of the band, so that, well, I'll show you why in a second. And then put it on the inside of the sleeve, just so that you can slide the plates all the way up tight and they're not hitting the band. Same thing on this side. Try to set this so that the band tension is roughly equal, right? And if you just give them a little tug on both sides, you'll be able to feel if there's a big discrepancy. If you've got one cranked down really tight versus the other side where you might not have that. All right, so I'm going to hand this over to my trusty assistant, and what I want to just point out here is that I go ahead and drop into the bottom of the squat and just hold that. This will probably only be a concern if you're really short, but you want to make sure that in the bottom of the squat there's still some tension there, and it's not, the bands aren't completely limp, which, like I said, for most people shouldn't be an issue. You can stand up. And then, unless you're really short, you have to pay attention to that. If they do go slack, you just need to take some slack out of the bar here in the bottom when you set it up. Good. Go ahead and unrack that. And then just be, the idea here, right, is that as you stand up, as you squat down, the tension lessens. So you in the bottom of the squat, you basically got just the weight of the bar on your back. As you stand up and your leverage improves, the bands get tighter and pull harder, so there's actually more weight, more resistance at the top of the lift than there's at the bottom. We're going to start off doing these with speed squats, and the idea is, or if this helps you think about it better, try to outrun the band, right, as you're squatting up. So you want to get to the bottom, be in control, and then explode up and try to get to the top faster than what the tension in the bands will build. And just try and be as fast and explosive as possible. You're going to need to stay nice and tight. The bands are going to pull on you a little bit. If you're loose in the bottom, they'll show it. So just stay tight, stay under control, and that should be pretty